global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today. The drama has begun in earnest. Right now, a lot of juicy details are coming up from the meetings being held by APC presidential faithfuls ahead of the primaries. A lot of expectations are coming up. Now, a lot of Nigerians are beginning to understand why there was that outburst that Asiwaju himself had, where he began to list out all the things he did in 2015, where he, according to him, did a lot of political permutations until the president emerged as the president. Of course, APC have reacted, but now we're going to have an information of what led to that outburst and why he was so angry and why no one is taking chances. They just want to find out finally the standpoint of the APC primaries. Before we go to the newspaper to find out the juicy things going on at the background, if you'd like to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, we're barely hours to the commencement of the long-awaited All Progressive Congress APC presidential primaries. The intrigue has continued to deepen in the country's ruling party. According to a report, the reason for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's recent outburst against President Muhammadu Buhari may have been revealed. Well, according to the news, the publication quotes a source, that's Guardian now. The publication quotes a source privy to the happenings in APC, saying that the former Lagos State governor was furious at the president for sending delegates to talk to him to step down from the race for the party's presidential ticket. The source claims that President Muhammadu Buhari had last week sent some party bigwigs to convince Jagaban to step down from the race in the overall interest of the party. The move was said to have infuriated the erstwhile Lagos governor, who asked the messengers why the president had not bothered to call him for a personal discussion instead of sending people to him. The source also alleged that this incident may have been the reason for Asiwaju's utterances during his visit to party delegates in Ogun State last week. I quote, he said, Asiwaju was very angry when they delivered the message. To him, if President Buhari has any reason why he didn't want to support him for the ticket, there's nothing wrong for the president to call him and discuss it instead of walking around to block his chances, the source was quoted as saying. Recall that as of Thursday, June 2nd, 2022, while addressing APC delegates in Abeokuta, that's in Ogun State capital, the Ogun State capital, Asiwaju had stated he was responsible for Buhari's emergence as president back in 2015. Statements he has since retracted, and of course the president also have reacted. A lot of Nigerians have been reacting to this. You see, right now there's going to be a lot of releases denial until finally Nigeria wants to see the truth, because whether we like it or not, it's between 7th and 8th we will know if there will be a consensus candidate. We will know if the delegates will have power to vote to. We also know that all these hide and seek they are playing, we will eventually know if it's going to be a not ticket, because already for PDP, which is the opposing party, has already brought out another. For APC, which is a ruling party, we are hearing northern governors saying they give their full support to power shift to south, while some consensus candidates and those in supporting APC consensus candidates is of the opinion that they should give it to Ahmed Lawan. A lot of truth is beginning to emerge, even in the southern, that the power should go to the southern aspirant. In the southern aspirant, nobody wants to step. Well, of course, 1 or 2 persons have stepped down, and the likes of Nnamani have actually looking at the whole scenario, have decided that look, let's call a spade a spade. The way this thing is going, I don't think the delegates will give me the opportunity to speak what I need to speak. But all the same, I'm giving full support to whoever that will emerge as the consensus candidate. The man, the politician, have looked at the situation and just said, look, let me tell myself the truth. I'm not among those who are fighting this thing. Let me just, yes, I bought my 100 million. Let me just, hold my peace. This whole thing is not working the way I'm expecting. So Nigerians are just watching in 3 days. Let's feel the pulse of Nigerians, the way the things are playing out. So we don't know if it's going to be another northern ticket. If it's going to be another northern ticket, we're already seeing PDP having Atiku Abubakar as a presidential aspirant candidate. That's flag bearer. Then if it's going to be a consensus candidate, we're looking at Lawan, which is also from northeast, which is also in a time when everyone believes that power should shift to the southern region. Of course, we've had 8 years here. Should the next 8 years should actually be the next region, and there seem to be hanky panky playing on. With all the agitation going on, the northern governors understand the dynamics that this is a diverse country, and for equity and integration, every region should have a taste. Now, if every region should have a taste, then let's break it down to north and south. Give it to the south, let them decide who will come in. Then the subsequent 8 years to come back, which is an unwritten agreement from time immemorial. But it looks as if since it's unwritten, it can actually be absorbed. And that's exactly what we're feeling or seeing, the feelers we are getting here. Now, but they are of the opinion that if this is not shifted to the south, then we are looking at tensions that may go out of proportion. But others are just looking at it on the ground. So does it really matter? Just anybody who wins it wins it. Now, if the two Lawan and Atiku comes up instead of Lawan and maybe one Southerner, you will now understand how the average Nigerian out there is going to feel. Two ticket opposing and ruling party having taken the power to the north when it's supposed to come to the south by unwritten agreement, is as if you're taking the whole southerners for a ride. But let's find out how eventually everything will play out. Let's feel the pulse of Nigerians very quickly. This one has just learned now that the full meaning of APC is all promises cancelled. I don't know about that. This one here is saying, no wonder Siwaju don't talk anyhow. I said it. And that person here say, that's what we are saying. Nigeria don't have a president. Everybody's talking on behalf of the president as a president. Insecurity is persistent because no one to direct them. Most of them are taking action as president. National chairman, this is a national slap. This is serious. And that person here saying, no, this is another intriguing way the North always want to adopt in denying the southern people from ruling the country. Obasanjo rules and handed over to Yar'Adua. Jonathan ruled the country and handed over to Buhari without trouble. Babangida refused to hand to Abiola because he was a southerner. The scenario after was pathetic. Awolowo's case was also another lesson. The North should just play the game according to the rule. Those who go to equity should go with clean hands. In fact, you just summarized it all. Let's hope that they will understand and also obey the unwritten rule that has been guiding the principle of democracy. Unwritten, that's the word, unwritten rule that's been guiding the principle of democracy in Nigeria. Okay, but if they don't play by the unwritten rule, then the written rule may not even suffice, because the way things are going, there's enough polity has been heated up right now. We don't know how this will fare, but let's meet in that comment section. What's your take? A lot of Nigerians are talking. We'll keep you updated as more information comes out from APC quarters. Let's interact, please.